Hello, I'm Dean Martin with Transmission Digest. Welcome to the Transtar Industries studios here at Babcox Media.
I'm Mike Riley, and on behalf of Transmission Digest and Babcox Media, I'd like to welcome you to Transmission Tech Minute. The presentations are sponsored by Transtar Industries. Throughout the year, we will cover various diagnostic and repair information on a variety of transmissions. Check back here for future presentations. Today we're going to cover the General Motors 6T40, 6-speed front-wheel drive transmission. The 6T40 has been around since 2008. It is now being repaired in a lot of transmission facilities. We're going to talk about friction material. Friction material has always been important in a transmission. It's a critical component. Friction clutch plates have undergone various changes over the years due to changes in transmission fluid, calibration changes, and other component changes. This is especially true on the newer transmissions such as the 6T40. For instance, the 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch and the 2, 6 clutch on the Generation 1 were actually the same plate. And when they changed to Generation 2, the waviness of the clutch plate was changed so that now the 2, 6 clutch is no longer the same part number as the 1, 2, 3, 4. General Motors graciously provides the name of the clutch plate by the function. So in General Motors terms, the forward friction, which would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, or the 2, 6 clutch for second and sixth, is self-explanatory. When they changed the material, they also changed the grooving pattern. So you need to watch what material you have. Also, when they went from Generation 1 to Generation 2, you can determine that by the little cuts in the teeth. These are slight notches to help identify Gen 1 from Gen 2. The next rotating clutch is the 3-5 reverse. This is actually an external tooth friction plate, which is somewhat uncommon, but is being used more and more in transmissions. Same scenario, they went from a smooth material to a groove material. It also has notches in the teeth, just like the other friction plate. The 4, 5, 6 clutch, which would be somewhat like a direct apply clutch, same thing. They went from one material to another. They changed grooving patterns, and again you can tell by the notches in the teeth if it's a Generation 1 or Generation 2. Lastly is the low reverse clutch. Not only did they change from one material and grooving pattern to another, they actually increased the inside diameter of that friction material to reduce drag. Fuel efficiency is a big issue with manufacturers today, and by increasing the ID of the friction plate, it does reduce drag of that particular clutch. So again, Generation 2 is going to look different from Generation 1, but you can tell by the notches in the teeth as well as the ID of the friction material. And lastly, in Generation 3, which came out in 2013, they started a process what we call segmented friction or button frictions. Many people have the idea that the change in material design has something to do with drivability or durability. It is not. Segmented friction is merely a manufacturing process that enables the manufacturer to more efficiently and costly put lining onto the steel core instead of waste of the big friction wafer. So these little buttons are dropped in to create a grooving pattern and eliminate waste. So when you're rebuilding a 6T40, make sure if you're working on a Gen 1, Gen 2, or Gen 3 that you use the proper friction material, or you could end up with shift issues and diagnostic codes. I'm Mike Riley. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.